In three,
No,
two, one.
it already started recording.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted to do like some cool like countdown intro thing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second episode of Law of Attraction. I'm your host, Brian. With me is the one and only
The other host, P. Diddley Daniel.
P. Diddley Daniel. I like that. So you own Ciroc?
What?
Like you're like P. Diddy with Ciroc?
Sure, it's really freaky because I have two cameras of you. Like I have the phone up there being recorded, and then I have the big one of you because that's my mic setup.
So as I'm nodding my head, it looks like a gangster.
I'm not a professional at all, but I look really cool because I have like three screens now.
It's okay. I'm not professional at all. I'm watching Call of Duty Championships while we're on this podcast. Like I got it right here on this level.
Nice.
But yeah,
Eventually,
today was supposed to be. I mean, hopefully you guys watched the first episode. Today was supposed to be the episode where we introduce our friend Marlon.
who's not
You know where he found?
and then Emmanuel, who is driving and doesn't want to answer. But yeah, he'll send us pictures of cars on Instagram.
Yeah, that's a get used to that
So,
theme on this podcast.
Episode 3, they will.
Probably not be here. We might get him in by 7 or 8.
We can only hope.
7 or 8. That's what I'm shooting for. If we get him in for 7 or 8, we'll be lucky.
We have to do it later. We have to do it later because they will be home later, probably.
That's true. I'm actually, yeah, I guess we could talk about that too. So, I mean, as of today, this day's gonna be my last day at my job. For those of you that don't know, I work at a Pizza Hut, and they gave us 4 days notice, and they're gonna be permanently closing the store. So I'll be out of a job, and I guess that opens up my schedule. But I have school anyway, so.
Are you still working tomorrow, or is today your last day?
Today is gonna be my last day. Tomorrow, I'm probably not gonna work, because I wasn't scheduled. But it's like if they really need me, I might go in. But
Because it's Brian's 21st birthday. Woo!
yeah, it is. I mean, I'm not, it's cool. I just kind of keep it on the down low. I mean, more importantly, tomorrow is Mamba Day. It's gonna be Kobe's numbers, 8 and 24. Today's his birthday, actually. Happy birthday, Kobe. Miss you. One of my biggest inspirations. Love that dude. But I guess on to what we got today. I mean, Law of Attraction, we're obviously going to be more of like a car-focused podcast, but we'll talk about anything and everything. As far as the topics we got today, I mean, what?
No, I just realized you sent it to me on my phone, and I have to put my phone to put the link in the thingy so I can send the link to myself so I can read it.
You just told me to send you the link. Oh man, this is also one of the most amateur-produced podcasts ever, as you can see by Daniel's excellent camera work and my horrible lighting in the background.
Oh no, I'm frozen. Look at my little smile though.
Uh-oh.
Well, because I had to get out of the Zoom meet to paste it into a Google Keep.
I can just read the topics off. Just hop back in the call.
Well, I want to see it. I want to open up on my computer. Paste. Lower. Back out. Let's go back to Zoom. Meeting in progress. See, I'm back. It's working.
Hey, there we go.
So now let's go over to here. Let for it to refresh. Should I open up on a different screen? I could throw Zoom up on a different screen.
How many screens you got? You got 2 or 3? Or are you still using the ultra wide?
I'm ultra wide, and then I have my old TV over here. I'll put that one over there. Where is the tab?
Yeah, right now the tab. I'm going off of a stock MacBook screen as well as a 27-inch monitor.
Traction. Okay, yeah. Now I'm gonna move my Vive controllers from that computer because my thing fell.
Yeah. So right now I'm at the first link. And what we got right here, they're going to be talking about a BMW M3 Touring has been approved for production.
Okay.
And there goes the guy that's excited about it.
I like the M3.
Yeah, the new G80 coming out. This might be like, I guess, the G81. But if we're going by old...
If you're going by previous coding, then yes, G81, because it was F31. Was the F31 the wagon?
F33. F32 was the 4 Series convertible.
Oh, I have some news about that actually.
What let's get through this first, and we can switch to that one. So, funny part is, there is an M3 wagon being made. It's been confirmed by BMW. Back when this article came out, it was only a rumor, but it's been officially confirmed. Issue is, it's not coming to the States.
Well, at least that we know of. It could,
It could. For now, it's not. But
but
I mean,
highly doubt it because they have yet to currently bring the G wagon over,
yeah, you're right.
the current 3 Series wagon.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, I feel like a lot of people that want the wagon, they aren't, the biggest issue with a lot of people on the internet is that they're never going to be the first people to buy the car. They're never going to buy the car from BMW for MSRP.
Maybe, but are we gonna do all topics first, or we're just gonna jump straight into it?
What do you mean? Like talk
Wanna
about all
go-
topics?
Do you want to just go over like a brief summary of what we're gonna do, or you want to just jump straight into it?
Let's just go for it. When we're
Jump
already
straight into it. Okay, so I was speaking with a automotive enthusiast who owns a show car, and he says that most enthusiasts that do want these brand new vehicles, they will lease them for about 2 years first. They do the lease and then they turn it back in, get another show car, mod it up, bring it to shows, return the lease, next car. I could see people getting the M3 Touring, but I highly doubt it because people like wings.
Yeah, but I mean, the show car is one market, but you're also thinking about just people who are just going to buy a car for every day.
That is a thing, yes, but as normal American consumers, the wagon is dead. People don't get them. Audi's trying to bring it back. We're thankful they are, but especially looking at BMW, so many people would rather get an X3 M40i over a M340.
Yeah. But I mean, think about all the space. Like there is a big space difference. Honestly, after my dad has a crossover, and after using that, it's literally like a Toyota Camry but on stilts with 20-inch wheels and a hatchback. And it's cool and all, but it drives. I mean, obviously it's a Toyota, so it doesn't drive great to begin with, but it drives like shit. And whenever you carry cargo in it, it just moves around a lot. You know. So
Yeah.
like I feel like the hype behind crossovers and SUVs is like, yeah, they're more practical, but they're also in a way impractical because you have to worry about your stuff going all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not as much like actual proper storage as compared to a sedan where you might have a slightly smaller area, but things aren't going to move around as much. And
There's
there
a
might
move
even
around. It depends if you tie it down, because I would say a sedan has more tie down points.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no, well, take it back because the X3 does have adjustable tie down points. Other SUVs probably do as well.
But I mean, even going back to like the whole sedan versus crossover thing is that typically with crossovers, you have direct access to your cargo, right? From the back seat. And then a lot of sedans, that's not quite the case.
And that is the pro and con about it.
Yeah.
For sedan, you can hide stuff in the trunk a little easier. You can lock it in the trunk
Yeah.
versus like a wagon or a SUV, CUV,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want to call them, with
Yeah.
a open.
Oh, open design.
Yes.
But I mean, I guess that's personal preference. I think for me, I could go either way. I just have to get used to it. I feel like at the end of the day, for me, it's going to be like, whenever I buy a car, it's going to be more about what it can do for me and what it's going to be good for.
Yes.
Right.
That is why when I was choosing the 3 Series, I could have spent money on the M340. I got the 330 because it was enough for me. I would have liked a wagon. I was looking at an F30 wagon, but it doesn't have the technology I was looking for. It didn't have, obviously, I couldn't lease it because there was none to be leased. Um, but I would have preferred a wagon. But if it came down to it, I probably wouldn't get wagon for the extra charge. I don't want to pay the extra $2,000 or $1,000 from a sedan to a wagon. Even though I love wagons and I want one, I don't find it compelling enough to get the extra.
That makes sense. I mean, honestly, though, that's just smart consumption. I feel like for me, for me to go and buy a new car, I would want to have a budget big enough where like I can, obviously within reason. Like if I like, I'll set my cap at like say 50 grand, But like if it costs 2 grand to get a wagon and I still under my budget, then I'm like, okay, I'll take that. I'll consider it. You know.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, finance is the whole other like issue with buying cars and a whole other thing with buying cars.
Yeah.
But in terms of in terms of whether or not the M3 wagon would sell, I think it's such a niche market that it's not worth doing a full promo run, a full press run, as well as all the shipping and pretty much all the model code designations and all the stuff that goes into bringing a certain model car into the U.S. Right? It's because it's not as black and white as as okay, we're just bringing out new M3 because even within bringing out the M3 Pure or whatever they're going to call it, as well as the competition, with the different transmission stuff, all that has to be government approved. And even though it's all using the same components, it's just like, there is a little bit of extra work when it comes to that. If you get what I'm saying.
No, because they already do have, if it's all EPA regulated already with the sedan versus the wagon, it's not going to be as hard to bring it over. They would just have to, the things they would have to do is legal and mostly lighting regulations for taillights, headlights,
And crash test.
markers,
Crash test, I got to do again.
crash testing. Yes, the front would most likely be the same. They would need to do redo side and rear, and BMW being BMW, they could afford it. It just would they want to um, spend the R&D money to, or whatever money it is to crash test a wagon.
I mean, it's not,
They're
I feel
premium
like that's
wagon.
all budgeted for. I just feel like if it's not going to be a top selling, if it's not going to be like a market changing vehicle, you know, it's like, I feel like part of the reason that BMW even has a Z4 is because Toyota has a Supra. So BMW is probably making money more money off of the Supra than they are off the BMW equivalent. Maybe.
They had the technology to do the Z4. They didn't really care about the Z4. They wanted the hybrid technology from Toyota.
Yeah.
That's why they teamed up with Toyota. Toyota got the Supra, BMW got some battery tech.
Yeah, and I mean, it works out, and like, that there's a whole spiel behind the Supra. Obviously, I haven't driven one. The closest thing I've driven is an M240 because it has the same engine. But I'm sure the Supra's tuned different and whatnot in terms of suspension.
I have driven the Supra. Well,
Is it stock or is it?
I drove it probably 20 feet, but I still drove a Supra.
Yeah.
It is a parts bin of BMW inside. And I spoke with the owner, and he said he could probably get 85% of the work done at a BMW dealership, not a Supra dealership or a Toyota dealership.
And you could probably get it done better. I mean, I'm sure the techs are trained for it, but
Yes, but if someone who works on a BMW day in and day out versus someone who works on a Toyota day in and day out, even though they're both 2019, 2020 cars, they're completely different from the complexity of a Vanos twin power turbo versus a Camry
yeah, definitely.
1.5 liter turbo up front.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I mean, it can, of course, they're completely different cars, and they're made for different purposes, and they require different components. But at the same time, I feel like it's something new to Toyota people and like people that are in the Toyota family because the 86 is a Subaru motor.
The 86 was amazing and is amazing. I would take an 86 over a Supra, and people
Really?
every day of the week because 86 is cheaper, more fuel efficient, and comes with a 6 speed.
I do like all those points. I mean, I guess personally, there's just a hype factor behind the Supra.
But I would not get an 86.
You could
I
BRZ.
would get a BRZ.
Honestly,
I would rather have a Subaru badge than a Toyota badge.
yeah. I mean, I guess to each their own.
And also, the Subaru is more rare compared to the Toyota.
Yeah. So the Toyota does sell a
But
lot if you're including stock.
whatever the deal was, I think they, if I remembered correctly, I don't know exactly if it is 100% correctly, but they were allowed to sell. Wow, that's changing light quite
Give me
drastically.
1 second.
Oh,
Hello.
hi. Wow, this is very professional.
It was one of those scam calls because I don't know if it was one of my coworkers calling me about something. That's why.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I pick up calls on the podcast. I don't give a shit.
If I remember correctly, they could sell 90. 86s for every 10 BRZs.
Is that really the deal?
I want to say yes. We don't quote me on that directly. I think that's a number when they said on Top Gear. I don't know if it's 100% correctly. I don't have any sayings or hard facts, but I want to say that was a rumored deal of the joint venture.
So then, what does Subaru get out of that? That makes no sense.
It's a good question. I have no idea.
Maybe
they
money. I
got
don't know. Who knows?
they got nothing out of it because it was all
Maybe
theirs.
they just had a warehouse full of engines. We're like, yo, we need to put this in something. Toyota, you guys got a car you want to make? Here, do that. I don't know, something like that.
I can honestly, I can't, I don't know because they didn't get any. It was all. It's basically a Subaru underneath, which is a Toyota badge. There was
Yeah,
no.
I mean, even like everything down to like I feel like a lot of the creature comforts and a lot of there's like a lot of Toyota. It's a good 50-50 based on like material choice and everything because even down to like things like the start button and the way and like the the sound of the key blips and the alarm and everything about a lot of Subaru components are shared with Toyota components. It just kind of depends on what you're going for. I mean, I guess like let's keep going here. I mean,
I'm actually
how do
looking
you
up.
guys?
What did Subaru get from the 86?
I don't know, man. Platform maybe. Because I mean, I don't know who does rear wheel drive better. Toyota's mostly front wheel drive at this point. I don't see a reason for them to do that.
Oh, Subaru had a different engine.
Man,
The Toyota 86 had the 2-liter. Subaru had a 2.4.
what? No way. Are you talking about the WRX?
I'm looking. No, I'm reading it right now on thedrive.com.
86 versus
I'll
BRZ.
drop it in the
Because I feel like they changed it for the didn't they change it for the they changed something in the car. I know that.
There's the link.
Oh, you put it in the doc?
Yeah, the Subaru had 260. The Toyota. Oh wait, no, what?
Next gen. That's next gen, my guy. That's a rumor.
Oh, rumor. Rumor has it that. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh my god, you would suck on your news. You would suck on your news. Yeah, no, I mean, but no, like there's been talk of putting the FA24, putting a bigger motor in both the WRX and the BRZ.
Yeah, but they don't need it.
No, honestly, they don't.
For how light it is, it's fine. It's a good tuning car. It's not a. That is the current Miata.
Anyone that has a Miata will tell you otherwise because there's still this level of refinement you get out of
A
out
Mazda
of
product.
out of a Mazda product. Because honestly, Mazdas are nice, dude.
They are.
Your sister had a Mazda, right? She still has
She
it.
has a Mazda 3. I'm not a fan of it because it is the base model and it's quite loud inside. I drove a Mazda 6 recently. Really good. I think had warped front brakes when I was, but besides the point, it drove nice. It's not on the refinement of the German vehicles, but it's, I would say, on level with American vehicles, if not a little bit more.
Like nicer American vehicles, like Cadillac.
Um, sure.
I've driven, yeah, I mean, I've driven Cadillacs. They're pretty.
American vehicles jumping from like a base Ford Escape to a titanium Ford Escape, they're completely different vehicles.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the door cards, everything is
Just
up
better.
one.
Yeah.
They diversify their products a lot because the price is so different. They actually will do different R&D compared to the Germans are you want this engine or this engine. Those are the two things we offer. American brands like you want this engine, this, and this. Oh, you can also have this interior, this type interior. They cater to a much wider audience, but I guess that's a good and a bad thing because you can get cheaper and more expensive vehicles, but the fit and finish may not always be there.
That's like a common thing with a lot of American manufacturers, though. I mean, talking fit and finish, it's like you see a lot of quality control issues, even with the more expensive models. I just feel like they're a lot more controlled and a lot more cared for. Like if you buy a ZL1 Camaro compared to a base model Camaro, obviously they're completely different cars.
Yes.
But
But that's performance cars. Performance cars will be cheaply made no matter what because they want to use light materials. If you're talking about a expensive car like
like a
an
Yukon.
Escalade or a Navigator, no, not Yukon. That's too mainstream. If you want like Escalade or
Oh,
Navigator,
okay. So we're talking luxury at this point.
then those have really good interiors. Like I've been inside a Navigator. Actually,
Me
want to
too.
talk about
Me too.
the Escalade a little bit, but those are super refined German competing luxury vehicles at half the price.
Yeah. But I think what it comes down to, but that really differentiates between the two, is technology and honestly just like small things like infotainment. Like at that
Mhm.
point, you can get really specific on what you want. I feel like because it's a good and a bad thing. BMW kind of uses the same infotainment and everything in a lot of their newer cars.
And I will 100% agree. I have tried a 2017 Mercedes C300 versus a 2017 BMW 330, and the BMW's iDrive infotainment system is wildly better. iDrive is just amazing compared to Mercedes. Mercedes was absolutely trash. It
But
took me, a tech savvy person, probably 10 minutes to Bluetooth my phone.
geez, really?
Where BMW, I've done it 1,000 times, is as simple as going to media, going to Bluetooth, and go to add new phone.
Yeah.
Mercedes, you have to go to media, use the scroll wheel, toggle down, and there's no menus displaying or down arrows. You have to toggle down until you see sources, click sources, scroll to Bluetooth. Then once Bluetooth's up, it says no Bluetooth device. So you have to toggle down again, go to the far right and go to media, click media, I believe. And then there it prompts you to add a Bluetooth device, add the Bluetooth device. Then once you go back into media, Bluetooth device is still not connected. Once you hit Bluetooth, then it says, hey, these Bluetooth devices are sources. Pick that one, enable Bluetooth for music, not just phone, then it'll work.
Oh my God. See, but I feel like that's definitely unnecessarily complex. But to play devil's advocate, I feel like a lot of people that buy these cars, they're not, I feel like the younger generation are only people that are going to care about who's playing music and want to switch devices for Bluetooth and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's like, at least with my car, I mean, I don't have Bluetooth in my car. I have a Bluetooth adapter, but no one's ever connecting to my thing. It's like, it's always on my phone. So I do it once, I never touch it again.
Yeah, and that's understandable. Like they don't need to, but
It's
it
like,
can
just why?
still be a little bit easier for something that basic. I understand if using navigation, you want that to be a little more complex because it's a powerful tool. But for something as simple as Bluetooth,
Mhm.
like it should have been simpler.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Jumping back from infotainment, or infotainment still a good thing. Cadillac announced the new Escalade with I think the biggest display in a car.
2021 Escalade or what?
Yeah,
Okay. Google it.
and
What's an ESV? What does ESV stand for?
uh, probably their model design.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Okay, curved OLED 38-inch display.
Oh yeah, oh, I see it. Damn, it looks huge. It looks like a.
It looks really cool, and I was thinking to myself probably years ago, why don't more cars use OLED? It's an amazing screen technology, black blacks, white whites. But then I got OLED phones, and burn-in is a thing.
You got burn-in on yours?
I have burn-in on my Pixel normal and 3 XL.
I haven't had any burn-in issues. Maybe I haven't noticed it, but
I have on my on my Pixel, it's the bottom status bar with the on Android, the home, back button, and a
yeah.
multitasking. On my Pixel, it's in the top right hand corner, the date
Wow.
and battery percentage or the battery symbol.
That's a burn-in. I mean, how do you even tell?
Very minor, but they're there.
How do you tell?
If your screen's off or black, you can kind of faintly see it. Um, the more you have your screen on, the more you will have burn-in.
Oh
So
yeah, that
how
makes
is Cadillac going to do that with instrument clusters that are going to be on for as much as you drive?
some kind of reflective coating that masks it. Honestly, that would be the
No,
dumbest
because
solution.
a reflective coating is nothing. Burn-in comes from behind.
Yeah, I know, but again, like if are these cars or does Cadillac lease a lot of these? Do they are these long-term cars that people buy?
Yes, people do buy them, but if they are leased, they're still 3-year leases, and my phone is a year old and I already have burn-in.
Oh, you're right.
So
But I
I,
mean, I mean, obviously, like there is that issue with the technology, but I feel like if they're willing to use OLED technology in this, they've probably figured that out. It's no surprise that this has been an issue for so long, right? That's like,
but it's Cadillac. I want to say they just pushed it to the punch and like, yes, we're the first, but like looking at it right now, the tachometer and the rings around the speedometer are gonna have burn-in,
oh, definitely.
and the fuel are gonna be burn-in. The trip and odometer on the side may or may not, because those probably will change all the time. The
Mhm.
infotainment on the right hand side, that will have burn-in. If you're using like CarPlay, Android Auto, you probably won't because the screen moves a lot. But the home, the media, the navigation, the phone, and the car will have burn-in.
But I mean, honestly, I feel like most people won't notice after a while, and if they do, then they do. By then, they'll be so far into the payment, so they probably won't care.
Possibly.
I really think that like for such minor details like that, there's so many bigger things to deal with within cars, and there's so many other things that they're gonna remember about the car. Like for example, I'm just keep scrolling through this Escalade, and they have a 19 speaker audio system. Looks like that's stock. They also have a 36, which is even crazier. Which I mean, speaker count is one thing, but also power.
Yeah, you could have
Terrible speakers.
$1,000 speakers or one like $150 speaker, and the $150 speaker will sound better. Maybe not be as loud, but it will sound better.
Yeah, exactly.
My main thing is, why do they do two screens?
Two screens, like oh yeah, within each other.
Yeah, I want to
Um,
screen share this because if you're watching, I want you to all see this. How
yeah.
do I screen share? Da, 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 mm, Video settings. This one? Screen share. Brian, how do you screen share on
Do I have to?
Oh, you have to enable it for me?
Oh yeah, I enabled it.
Oh, thank you. Where is it? How do I see it?
I didn't think we were doing screen shares today.
I
But
want this. I need to show people this.
go for it.
Okay, how do I do it?
You go to the bottom and hit share screen.
Oh, haha! Look at that.
I feel like
Oh,
in-person podcasts would be so much more fun.
whoa. Okay, so yep, you can see that now. Oh, I'm gone. Bye me. So right here, why is it like a screen inside a screen? If you want to do your massive 38-inch screen, why is it split up into two screens? I think it would have been cooler if it was one massive screen.
I'm sorry. I'm just this COD champs match just went crazy.
What?
COD champs match just went crazy.
Oh, Jesus. One thing I really do like about this though is the horsepower. That's pretty good. Good job on Cadillac for that. But like looking at this, that's gonna have burn in, 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 these are gonna have burn in, these are probably gonna have some kind of burn in. These maybe not as much burn in because those are probably the distance will burn in average. It depends on how often people change these. Those will have burn in. But like burn in like crazy down there. It is a nice refined vehicle.
Sit inside one to really enjoy
I
that.
still wouldn't get one. Um, that's actually kind of cool. But again, why didn't they? If they had done one solid screen, this down here could have been this entire display instead of having two back to
I
back.
think they really wanted to. They really wanted to. What's it called? I guess, like, accentuate. How do I say it? They really wanted to, like, show that you can use the screen for two purposes. You know what I mean?
But then why don't they one screen for two purposes instead of making two complete different screens?
Oh my God, really?
One thing for how luxurious Cadillac is trying to be, I do not like this shifter one bit. Hate on me all you want, but if they did like what
It's like a
Lincoln's
BMW
doing,
shifter.
but if they did what Lincoln's doing, like the piano or button shifters, I think that would be better.
Yeah, maybe.
Because comparing that to a Navigator, me not knowing how to spell, good job. Come on. Like, to me, this interior is by far more luxurious than that. That's almost too simple, too clean, too plain. This is just class.
Yeah, I don't like how big. I mean, I guess big screen is nice. Maybe it just looks huge because it's the size of the icon, but that screen is massive.
This one, the Lincoln,
Yeah, the link screen.
this one is much more nicely integrated. But
Like, remember for a while, Audi was just doing that giant. Or no, I think it was Audi or Mercedes. Or I think both of them were doing that giant tablet stuck on top.
oh, that was Audi.
Okay, yeah, that was Audi.
Those are but those were retractable and those are cool.
No. So this is like they had the retractable ones and they got rid of the retractable.
Oh, yep. A3. A3s are still doing it.
Really?
Car.
A3 car.
Images. Interior. Yep. They're still doing it. Like, it's so stuck on.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like with my car, at least it flows in, but that one it sticks there. But like A4s are completely different. Let's see if they have an A4. Please don't break it. Yeah, see A4. Okay, A4s they don't flow as much, but it looks more. Let's go A5.
There's so much shit on it.
What?
It's hard to see because
Right.
it compresses it down to. Yeah, I used to do that. That works.
You want to take a survey?
Nah, it's cool.
See the A4, it sticks on there too, but like I think it's the A5. Let's do 2020.
Okay. Oh, damn! It actually did show up. Okay, I know that. Oh, yeah. The A5 looks. I mean, it's still there, but it's like I feel like it's slightly better integrated because
Yeah.
the back is a little bit taller.
I think it's the A8 though. A8 is like the pinnacle right now of Audi because they're just like that.
Ooh. But oh, that's one thing I don't like. I don't like how they're getting rid of some physical knobs. I feel like you need. I feel like every car needs a dedicated volume rocker or knob or something so you can quickly turn on and off the system.
See, I would think yes, but I don't care anymore.
I think I'm just used to having it in mind. I wouldn't want to go without it.
If it was digital, I wouldn't care because I use the steering wheel controls much more.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I would prefer a knob to buttons though, because when I did my aftermarket head unit in the Expedition,
Mm-hmm.
the buttons are kind of annoying. I would rather have a knob to just do everything quickly. Why did my heater just turn on?
I don't know. My AC's been on.
Good job.
I mean, I gotta go to work real soon, so we gotta wrap this one up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, we didn't quite get to do exactly what we wanted to do for this podcast today.
Oh, we didn't do anything.
Just because, you know,
Look at that pretty car.
that's pretty. Because we were expecting a guest ain't show. We'll probably start figuring out a regular schedule to get this down. Anyways, we're still working on it.
Well, like I said, Sunday works for me, but you couldn't do it because
Of work, but now work's not going to be an issue as far as I'm concerned.
oh, there's stop share. There we go.
Yeah, so you know what, we should be good. I mean, we'll just go ahead and we can just bounce this one.
Okay.
Thank you guys for watching. If you stayed this long, and if not, I guess we'll see you next time. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Yep.
End the recording.